Hey y'all, for y'all who do not know me, I'm kind of new to YouTube. I'm going to put this on YouTube and I'm going to put this on Facebook as well. But this is my first time actually speaking out video wise about what's been going on and taking place in the African American community. When I say this, I think I'm speaking for pretty much everybody that's African American. And I'm going to just be blunt. You know, this shit has to stop. This shit literally has to stop. Black people, we could fucking protest. We could march. We could hold up signs, hold hands, sing Kumbaya, we shall overcome all day motherfucking long. And it's not going to work. For those who believe that it's going to work, it's not going to work. Our people, our ancestors, our grandfathers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, and grandfathers have been doing that way before us. And it's not going to work. So my question is now to my people, my black people, what do we do? What is left for us to do? Do we continue to march or do we fight back? And when I say fight back, I mean, is it time for us to start, you know, lynching these motherfuckers, shooting off these motherfuckers? Like, I'm just lost for words, because what do we do? And I'm in New Orleans. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, I watch the news a lot. You know, and I seen the Trayvon Martin and, you know, Sandra Bland and, you know, all the other ones, you know, that was, life was taken, you know, in the hands of white police officers. Or just white people, period. And being in America, being in the United States, it's small. I mean, it's small. I mean, it happens in our backyard. But for me to be in New Orleans and for this to happen less than an hour away, it just really shows me that it's just too close to home. It's too close to home, and nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. So again, the question is, what do we do? But black people, we also have to keep in mind that we can't, we could blame the white man all day long. We could point fingers at the white man all day long, but it starts with us. It starts in our community. We have to stop killing each other, because that's exactly what they want us to do, is kill each other. Let me give you all a little history. I want to say the early, late 1800s, early 1900s. The Europeans, the white people, used to take African American men, little boys between the ages of 6 to 17 or whoever, get about 10 of them, put them in a boxing ring, tie their face up so they can't see, and let them fight. And whoever was the last man standing, or the last two, or whoever was standing last, they gave them what, coins? Because I mean, it was a lot of money. The 25 cents back then was a lot of money, but you know, they gave them money to fight off their own people, to kill their own people. These white folks, they get off on that shit now. When we go out there and we rob our brother, rob our sister, rape our brother, rape our sister, you know what I'm saying? They like that shit. They feed off that shit. So, again, we have to stop that. Stop giving these cracker, white, racist motherfuckers what they want. Stop that shit. We have to stop this shit. Like, I just don't understand. And then what's pissed me off with these white people is that when Alton Sterling got killed, I'm, on social media and I'm reading everything and I'm on YouTube and I'm looking stuff up. And what stood out to me was white people saying, oh, well, he was a convicted felon. He was, he raped a 17-year-old when he was 20 and yada, yada, yada. And what bothers me is that why when something happens, why when a black person, male or female, Sandra Bland and others, get killed, they always have to bring up what they done in their past. That does not justify why they were killed. I mean, when I was, 10, 11 years old, I used to go in the candy store and steal flat tops. If y'all don't know what flat tops are, they're like a lollipop, more like a sucker and it's flat with 2 different sides to it. I used to steal them. And I'm 29 years old now. So if I was to go somewhere, and let's just say I got killed by a white person, and somebody said, oh, well, when she was a kid, she stole what the fuck does that have to do with me being wrongfully killed? I don't, white people, I just don't understand y'all. I don't understand y'all. Why do y'all always have to find something to make it seem like, oh, it was a reason why we got killed? Okay, so then you hear 2 sides with the Alton Sterling story. You hear 2 sides. One side, a homeless man called and said that, oh, Alton threatened him with a gun. That's one story. The second story is, oh, he was in front of the store selling bootleg movies, CDs, whatever. Police officer came out, searched him. From what I'm hearing, from what I've seen, I didn't see a gun. He had no gun. Or he had a gun and it was legal. Whatever. So you have people mad saying that, oh, he threatened somebody. You have other people mad saying, well, he needs to get a real job. He's selling CDs and movies and this, that, and the third. But my thing is this. Yes, he's a convicted felon, which makes it hard, whether you're white, black, Spanish, whatever. But majority of the time, it's going to be harder for black men. When a black man is a convicted felon, yes, sometimes it is very hard for them to find a job. So, again, what do? You take our black men, you kill them, you lock them up, put them in jail. He gets this record. He gets out of jail. He can't work. So what is there left for him to do but to sell drugs, rob, sometimes even kill, because that's what animals do. My heart is just hurting because I don't understand. It's all a game. It's all a game. This system is designed for white people. And for any white person that's struggling out here, I really feel sorry for you because, like I said, the system was designed for you. The system was designed for you. But it's all about population control as well. Think about it. One thing that the white race does not like is a healthy black family. So to take that away and to make that weak for us not to survive and for us to just fail, what do? They take away the head of that strong foundation, which is the black man. So you take the black man, you kill him, or you lock him up, put him in jail, which leaves the strong black woman, the mother, to be at home raising kids on her own without a father figure. Okay? 9 out of 10, if you have a black African-American son inside of the home that you're raising and the father is not there for whatever reason, because he's dead or in jail or he just don't feel like being there, then what do you have left? 9 times out of 10, that little boy is going to grow up homosexual because he was in a house with his mom, his sister, his aunt, his grandmother. So it's no solid male foundation there in the household. Think about it. Where are all our black men? Dead, in jail, or they're gay. We have no more strong black men, and the ones that we do have, I'm waiting. And when I say waiting, I mean, when are you going to get out there and protect your family? When are you going to get out there and protect your community? Stop letting these white people control you. Us as black people, we have to stop letting them control us. You know, like, we really need to set our alarm clock at least 300 to 500 years back. I mean, we don't have chains on us. We don't have shackles. We're not out here picking cotton. But slavery still exists. The mental bondage, the mental slavery still exists. When you go to jail, that's pretty much slavery. You know, you working for pretty much free, or you just locked up. You're away from your family. You're separated. You know, I used to think when I was a kid coming up, I used to say, oh, you know, I'm a girl. Ain't nothing's going to happen to me. You know, police officers let girls go. You could just smile, let them nail it. Bullshit. Sandra Blandon told me that that wasn't true. You know, it's just a fear knowing that you're African American, knowing that you're a target. And white people could just do whatever the fuck they want to do. They could just say they feel threatened. They feel fucking threatened. And they could kill you. So with this whole Alton Sterling thing, my heart goes out to the family. But honestly, y'all, we're not going to have justice with this case either. If we didn't have justice with Trayvon Martin, if we didn't have justice with Michael Brown, if we didn't have justice with Sandra Bland, if we didn't have justice with Tamir Rice and Freddie Gray and all these people, we're not going to have justice with Alton Sterling. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. We see this time and time and time again. We could go back to 1992 or 1991, whenever Rodney King got beat. They didn't even get convicted. They're not going to convict them. The system was designed for them. Like, I just really don't know what else to say. Like, it's just, man, it's 2016 and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And as far as motherfucking Jesse Jackson and what's the other one? Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, they ain't gonna sit their old asses down. I mean, they so, you know, they only want to come out when something happens. They only want to get in front of the TV when one of our people get killed. But other than that, do you see them year round? No. You don't see them year round. They don't do nothing for us. They don't do nothing for us. It's just, man, like, black people, we need to seriously come together. I don't know how many times I could say that we have to come together. We have to take back what was stolen from us. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. I just don't know what else to say.